Alright, today we got what you need to know before the NBA Finals. Now, I think we're all satisfied with the two teams who are playing. You feel me? As long as it's not OKC, I think we all good. New York, San Antonio, don't got a problem with them. I don't think anybody does. Should be a good series. But I think we got like a recap or something like... My man's Daniel Lee made a video saying what you need to know before the NBA Finals. So, let's see what you're talking about.
First round, they have won 11 straight games coming into the finals. Now, we have talked a lot about why they've been so good on the NBA Australia channel, but if you didn't get a chance to watch it, here's the crash course version.
Okay.
The biggest change they made was their utilization of Karl Anthony Towns.
Cat.
Instead of making him a scorer, the Knicks have used him as the primary playmaker, which has opened up their offense. Because Towns is a great three-point shooter, this drags the big man out.
And honestly, y'all can give that credit. Y'all can give that credit to the Hawks. Really, y'all really can, because when we went up 2-1 against the Knicks, the thing that they wasn't utilizing Karl Anthony Towns. But then somebody like some mastermind realized that our tallest player was 6'9".
And then opens up all sorts of options in the paint. For example, Towns is at the three-point line, so by bringing a Kongu out with them, the paint is now wide open. To take advantage of that, they set a screen, so OG Anunoby can get the smaller CJ McCollum on him. The Knicks don't want to switch, so two go to OG, and that now leaves Alvarado open for three.
He missed that, right? Alright.
Here's one that's very similar. This time Brunson is the one setting a screen for OG to cut into the paint. And if that doesn't work, Hart is there to set a screen for Brunson to come back up. There's too many options for the Hawks.
Nigga, is this a real score? 93-30. It was this bad? How many points is that, bro? Is that 40? I thought that was... 93-38? I wasn't even peeping. I'm glad I didn't watch this whole game, dog. I'm so glad. I'm about to punch the throat hole through the TV, bro. Why the hell is Zachary
to deal with? And that's how OG gets an easy layup.
This is worse than a Pearl Harbor bombing, dude. Why do we even show up to the arena?
Is using Towns' entire offensive skill set. Yes, he is a good scorer, but his threat as a shooter allows him to use his passing more effectively. Because teams have to respect his three-point shot, everyone else can play with more space and thus get much better shots. So all Towns has to do is assess how the defense is playing him and respond to that.
Okay.
In the Cleveland series, they were more prepared for his passing, but that meant he could walk into more open shots and then knock those down.
Right.
This is why Towns provides such problems for bigs, because he could shoot, pass, and dribble as a big man. And that's why he is arguably the biggest X factor going into the finals. The second big adjustment
is to
incorporate more movement when Brunson has the ball. While Brunson had
remember Wembanyama. I don't know how Wembanyama's low-key the biggest X factor game.
Season last year, he was working really hard for his shots, especially in the Pacers series. And as the series went on, he started to get fatigued, and the Knicks fell short. Now, most of his shots this postseason still come from isolation and pick and roll, but he just has more space to work with.
Okay.
For example, when Towns and Brunson run a dribble handoff, Bridges and Anunoby both move to occupy the Sixers. That lets Brunson get into the paint and score.
That's mastermind.
On the wing, and the Sixers have multiple
Also,
guys.
I realized that Mitchell Robinson got injured playing the Nintendo Switch. Mitchell Robinson, what are you doing, bro? Dead ass game. How do you get injured off the court knowing you're in the NBA Finals? That's just stupid, bro.
That are ready to help on his drive. Now, as he drives, Bridges cuts, and Shannon is also
Nicholas playing the Nintendo Switch and broke his pinky finger.
Moving, so there's multiple outlets for Brunson if he wants it. But because Brunson has a step, he just takes a floater and banks it in. This also makes Brunson's playmaking much easier. On this one, he's running a dribble handoff because the Cavs splits. Mitchell Robinson is open, so Dean Wade wants to help at the rim. But because Anunoby is running along the baseline at the same time, Wade is late to the corner, and Anunoby is wide open for three.
He made that?
What this spacing does is make it much harder for teams to come double Brunson. His teammates are doing a better job just flashing to the middle and making plays off of that. And as a result, Brunson is making the right plays, and the Knicks' offense is a lot more balanced. The guy that's complimented Brunson the most is Mikal Bridges. After struggling in the first 5 games, he's scoring almost 17 points every night and shooting over 68% from the field. Because
I thought he was about to say from 3. I was about to start like crying or something.
He knows that Brunson and Towns draw so much attention, he just needs to find open space, which he's really good at. For example, he starts in the corner. Once he sees Hart get out of the paint, he then fakes a screen so he can cut right into the middle and scores once again. What has made Bridges so valuable is that he finds all his shots in the flow of the offense. That's why Bridges is the perfect complement to Towns and Brunson, who see much more attention.
He's a great glue
guy. This is why the Knicks offense is so good right now. They have one of the most versatile players in Karl Anthony Towns, a great scorer in Jalen Brunson, and another guy that can move and take away attention off those two guys. And their offense will give San Antonio some problems that they haven't seen yet in their playoff run.
Well, I mean, they seen the MVP, my nigga. Let's not act like Shea ain't like Shea. Let's be real.
The Spurs come in as one of the youngest teams that has made the finals, and the way they've done it is twofold. The biggest reason is, of course, because of Victor Wembanyama. Because Wemby can cover so much ground, the Spurs defense was essentially a one-man zone. This was in full display, especially during their series against the Thunder. Wemby would leave his matchup to go after SGA and basically force him to deal with double teams for the entire series. Because SGA loves the mid-range, Wemby's goal was to occupy as much of that real estate.
Also, I just realized Brunson is 5'7" in high heels. There's no way, like, he's going to have to, you know how far he's going to have to get the ball up to shoot over Wemby? He's probably going to have to get that ball up to the Jumbotron just for him to get like a layup.
Out further. On this one, notice how Wemby starts on Lou Dort, but as SGA drives, Wemby comes all the way to the other side to block SGA's shot. The reason this works so well is because the Spurs have great perimeter defenders. Stephon Castle is their star defender who took the challenge of guarding stars like Anthony Edwards and SGA. Because Castle is so strong and laterally quick, he can stay with both guys, especially against the slippery SGA. The two-time MVP struggled for a lot of this series because he could not generate the same separation as he did in the regular season. Because he knew that Wemby was also waiting for him, he had to continue making really tough shots to score at the same pace. And as the series went on, Shea never got into an offensive rhythm, and the Spurs came out on top.
The nigga had 39 last game. Well, I guess it is foul baiting, but he had 39 points. Y'all say he wasn't in a rhythm. What is a rhythm? You want him to average 50? I don't think it was 39. I think it was like 20, 29 or 30. I don't know.
From an offensive perspective,
he had no help.
The Spurs have tried to get Wemby going in all sorts of ways. Early in the series, the Thunder put Alex Caruso on him, so they would put Wemby near the basket, let him use his size to catch the ball, and then finish. Then as the series went on, Wemby saw Isaiah Hartenstein because he's a lot stronger and is decently quick. While Wemby is a generational talent, he still isn't offensively polished enough to simply just isolate on the perimeter. And in parts of that conference finals, Wemby did settle a bit, which is what any team is going to be okay with. Where the Spurs offense became much more potent is when they made Wemby a screener. Because they have great guards, they can drive downhill, and the defender has to make a decision between the ball handler and Wemby. Even if they try to stunt, that's enough room for Wemby to go up and catch it. These pick and rolls help unlock Wemby's verticality, and it's something that no team will ever have a true answer for. So as the series went on against the Thunder, the Spurs experimented with all sorts of
what's Wemby's vertical? This is scary.
Ball screens. When their season was on the line, they ran empty side pick and rolls where they clear out one side. And the Thunder never really had an...
Who gonna guard Wemby? I guess Cat. They got Mitchell Robinson, but he's coming off the bench. Unless they start Mitchell Robinson. Two bigs. I was reading the New York Knicks comment section, and they were advocating for two bigs, a two big lineup. So maybe they start Mitchell Robinson to guard Wemby. But at the same time, Mitchell Robinson broke his pinky playing the Nintendo Switch. So it's like, is he okay? Can he guard Wemby with a broken finger? He's already behind the 8 ball because it's Wemby. Like, you're already behind the fucking 8 ball, pal. You're guarding wet bananas. And then you broke your finger. He didn't break his finger, right? I'm not making that up. Like, that is true, right?
Answer for it. On this one, the Spurs run that empty side pick and roll.
I think he did.
And Hartenstein is left trying to contain both Castle and Wemby. So Chet tries to help him contain the Castle drive.
Okay, I see what we're doing. These dumbass ads. Fuck ass ass. Ain't nobody buying no paint, nigga.
That opens up a 3 for Champagny. What this does is give Wemby options. So this time the Thunder fight over the screen pretty well, but without anyone on the left side, Wemby moves into that space, and this is a wide open 3. What's tough then is the Thunder don't know where to bring help. Champagnie and Vassell are both great shooters, so there's no help on this Castle drive. Hartenstein can't contain both Castle and Wemby this deep in the paint, and it opens up an easy jumper. Then in Game 7, they went to the double ball screen that created a lot of great three-point shots. On this one, the Spurs have screens on both sides, so when Castle uses the screen, Wemby rolls to the basket, McCain has to try and slow him down, so now Champagnie is open for 3. This gave San Antonio...
That brings up another question. Who is Brunson going to guard? He can't guard referees. Like, you're going to have to guard a player. How's it going to work? You going to guard Champagnie? That's a good option.
An offensive blueprint to take down the defending champs. But when talking about this specific matchup against the Knicks, there's a lot of different challenges that they might run into. While Wemby is by far the best defensive player, he will be tested even more in this series than the Thunder one. As mentioned, Wemby primarily guards the guy that is the worst shooter on the floor. The reason he does this is so he can roam and pay more attention to the paint. But I'm not sure if that's going to work the same in this series. The guy that he will probably be guarding for a lot of these finals is Josh Hart. While Hart has shot the three-pointer at 41%, he only takes about 3 a game.
41%? Klay Thompson, is that you? 41%? He can't guard Josh Hart, and there's no shot.
So the Spurs will for sure leave him alone and force him to make them at volume. But with Wemby on Josh...
Look at that. This guy shoots 41%. Look at this shot right here.
Alone and force him to make them at volume. But
this guy didn't even touch the fucking net. No way he shoots 41. Wow, that's crazy. Shout out Josh Hart, bro.
With Wemby on Josh Hart,
shout out
now mismatches all over
Josh
the court.
Hart.
In the regular season, Stephon Castle guarded Towns for long stretches, and as good as Castle is, Towns is just way too big for him. So whenever Wemby was trying to contest shots, Towns would take advantage of his size, whether it was scoring or on the glass. In their series against the Thunder, the Spurs were able to get away with Devin Vassell on Chet because Chet was not as aggressive looking for his own shot. But because Towns is a lot
bigger Chet, what are you doing, my nigga? Dead ass, this is why nobody likes you, dog.
Because Chet was not as aggressive looking for his own shot.
This is why. Come on, dude. Even if you could test a shot, the dude is 6'5.5". You're pushing 8 feet. And you're over here scared to take a shot. This dude's getting paid $500 million. This dude's getting paid more than Jay-Z this year. He's literally getting paid more than Jay-Z this year. He's scared to take an open shot. Abraham Lincoln would be so mad at you right now, dog.
He is the first big that would give the Spurs challenges on defense. The Knicks put Towns in all sorts of actions, even letting him handle the ball like a guard and finish at the basket. Because of this, look for the Knicks to run a lot of actions through Towns because he's going to have a size advantage if the Spurs choose to let Wemby roam around the floor. This also opens up the Brunson-Towns pick and roll. Because 2 Spurs guards are now in the action, Towns can get an even better matchup like De'Aaron Fox. Wemby tries to then scram Fox out, but Towns is a great passer and can find his teammates at the basket. Here it is again. This time the Spurs don't scram Fox out in the middle of the floor, so the Knicks look for Towns in the post, and only now does Wemby come over, but that's going to open up open shots for Josh Hart. Because Hart missed that one, the Knicks then added a wrinkle. When Bridges runs pick and roll, Hart flashes to the elbow, there's a dribble handoff for Brunson on one side, and a cutting Towns on the other. Wemby can't cover.
You're losing me, bro. This is like rocket science right now. What the hell? This is actually rocket science. Dude. What the... Wow.
And it opens up a Towns dunk. The point here is that there's a lot of options for the Knicks to take advantage of Wemby roaming around. So I won't be surprised if Wemby actually ends up guarding Towns at some point in this series. But this is one chess match to look out for. The other interesting chess match is how the Spurs will use Wemby on the offensive side. While the Spurs are technically playing a worse defense, the Knicks have a lot of guys that they can throw at Wemby. The first guy they'll throw at him is Karl Anthony Towns. While he isn't the best defender on this roster, he has a
How much y'all want to bet? Bro, I guarantee you, they're going to put Anunoby on him to start off the game. They're going to put Anunoby on him, have Cat help. They're going to have Cat play help defense on him.
The other big man that will take him is Mitchell Robinson, who might be the best one-on-one defender. While Robinson is 7 feet tall, he moves well for a big man and has the wingspan to challenge Wemby's jump shots. He's also much stronger than Wemby, so he can push him off his spots. So watch for Robinson to take significant minutes just for his defense alone. The one time Wemby has had more success.
So why isn't Wemby the best player in the fucking league?
In their one meeting in San Antonio, Mitchell Robinson was out with an injury, so Wemby saw the Knicks' wings for decent stretches, and they could not bother him on the perimeter. Because Wemby is just so tall, all he had to do was catch the ball and then go up. Especially in pick and roll situations, OG Anunoby had no chance at guarding both Castle and Wemby at once. Aside from getting smaller players on him, watch for San Antonio to put him on the move more. When they got blown out in March, the one area of success they had was using off-ball screens. Because the Knicks centers are not used to navigating screens, Wemby could then free himself up. So a simple off-ball
That was actually a good contest by Brunson
to get Wemby into a spot, and he could then take care of the rest. At least half of Wemby's field goals in this game came from this
shoot that Wemby.
play,
Oh, good pump fake. But
Don't
don't do it to. Oh, I didn't see this. Was that thunder? What was that? I just heard a thunder noise.
Came from this exact play, and I think it's something that
I never seen this clip before.
Can use quite a bit in this series.
the Knicks bench had no reaction. Damn.
So, despite the bad competition that the Knicks have played, I do think that this matchup specifically favors them. But because both teams look very different from even just a few months ago, it's about as 50-50 as it gets. And that's why I'm very excited for this series to get underway.
It's going to be a great series. It's going to be Wemby in the Garden. It's going to be cinema, bro. Oh, I can just see it already. This is going to be the best finals of all time. 100%. 100%, dog. Who's debating that? Wemby in the Garden, New York fans combined. Jalen Brunson, big ass head, bobblehead adding. Josh Hart, flying all over the place. They got some YNs on the Spurs. They got Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper. But it's not going to be a movie. It's going to be a movie. 100%. It's going to go to 6 or 7. Oh my gosh. No corny shit. It's going to go to 6 or 7 games. I guarantee you it is. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait, gang. Alright, that's it. Drop a like, subscribe. Who y'all think who's gonna win? Let me know. And how many games? Yeah, good questions.